My name is Louis Rush. This is my story. I'm very concerned about the food that's imported from offshore, especially from some countries. Our own government is stating on a regular basis that we have the safest food on our shelves in the world, and yet we're starting to look at between 40 and 60% of imported foods that are sitting on our shelves. So how can it all be safe when a lot of this food could have been rejected at the border if it was properly inspected? We only sell Ontario meat products, or cheese for that matter, maple syrup, and we try and stay as local as we can. Of course, the pork is off our own farm, the eggs are off our own farm. The beef is all Ontario, and the poultry that we use is all Ontario. You can have an open discussion with us, how the hogs are raised, what we feed them, if or what kind of medication is used. In general, we don't. These are all kinds of things that people are interested today. Canadian producers need to abide by much more stringent regulations than many other countries when it comes to certain chemicals that we cannot use here. I have a real problem with a lot of the herbicides and pesticides that are basically banned here in this country, but there's never a question asked when they come in from another country. All food should meet CFI regulations. It should meet the same regulations when it comes to this country as we have to produce it under. If a Canadian producer broke a CFI regulation, like in the pork production, your hogs are randomly checked for drug residues. So if something showed up, such as a sulfa drug, which is banned, the first time they'd be right at your door, and you would not be paid for that shipment. The second time you're caught, there's a fairly large fine, and if you're caught a third time, you cannot ship anymore. You're banned from the market. Well, if there's food that's coming in from another country and has the misfortune of being inspected, and they find a problem with it, it's stopped right there. It doesn't come in. But when less than 1% is being inspected, the odds are pretty good that you're going to get through. The consumer can assume that imported products are the same as what it is and how it was produced in this country. But the reality is that every country has federal inspection, but federal inspection is only according to the standards of the country that it's coming from. And when you consider that less than 1% of those incoming products are actually re-inspected when they get here, and of that, about 10% of that is rejected, what's happening to that other 99% of product? It's getting to our shelves one way or another. The biggest threat, in my opinion, to a safe food product in this country is the fact that you cannot follow the labeling to know exactly where the products come from today. There are some products that you can tell, but there's a lot of products today that you got to stand there and study. You absolutely have to know the codes and able to pick up where they come from, and then there's some you still can't tell. The consumer has to be very, very conscious of reading the label and how to read the label. Like, you have to be careful with looking at the label that says Canada Grade A or Canada Choice. That does not mean that it's a Canadian product in any way, shape, or form. That is a grade. So you have to be quite savvy in order to figure out where these products do come from. In my opinion, a national labeling approach is a good thing. But you know, there are times that it takes a long time to get it put together. So start where you can make it work. If you can get your province together, start with the province. It can eventually spread, especially if people see the benefit of working with the province. Then everybody else wants to get on side too. So I think that's how we have to start. Start small, work up, but get it done.